Hey, what's going on, guys? I just want to go ahead and do a quick little review on this Ascend DC14 Canoe. It is a square stern so that it's suited up for you to go ahead and slap on a quick trolling motor on there and just get out and go fishing. The local lake that I go to only allows kayaks, sit-in kayaks, and also canoes during this time right now. Temporarily, they're doing remodeling on the marina, so they're only allowing canoes and kayaks, and it's pristine right now because there's not a lot of people out on the lake. There's a lot of fishermen that are on the banks, but to get out to some of those nice little areas that are not pressured, um, being out on the canoe or kayak from that water position, it is really nice because those fish are biting left and right. But anyways, I ended up picking up this DC14. It is 14 foot long. It is 38 inches wide and then 15.5 inches deep. So it fits the regulations to put on a trolling motor out in California. And I just thought this would be perfect for me if I do a solo trip or with my kids. It is holds up about three passengers on this thing. So I have my kids that I take with me as well, and they were having a blast. I got my middle child that I took out for that test run, and he actually caught his PB on there. So make sure to go ahead and check out that video. I'll put in that clip, but check out my Instagram, TikTok, and my website as well. But yeah, so let's get into the details. All right, guys. As said before, it is 14 feet long, 38 inches wide, 15.5 inches deep. When I got it delivered, the only two things that I had to install was these two chairs. These nice, beautiful chairs right here. This nice mesh material, waterproof, swivel action. This front seat actually goes around 360. The straps, it's makes it capable of actually getting a lower back on there if you decide to go ahead and sunbathe. But also it folds too. But yeah, that was the only thing on there. Up in the middle, we have this bench seat as well. We got a nice little storage capacity, dry storage area right there. Right here, we have a cooler that could be utilized. A cooler, you can either put your cooler in there, a small one that would fit snug tight in there, or you can make this into your cooler as well. It does have a nice little rubber gasket around this edge and a really nice thick bungee cord that holds this lid down. On the back side right here, we have the drain plug. And scooting on over, we have an area where you can put your paddles or your oars and lock that in. And then those two pieces right there, those foam pieces, those are actually rod holders as well. So they come stock with the rod holders. I did have a 6 foot and a 7 foot rod when I went out with my son, and it fit perfectly in there. However, I just kind of had it laying down, especially when we're moving around fishing, easier access. But if you're transporting it, heading out to your area, you can go ahead and hold that down with those little rod holders right there. Moving to the back seat. Again, this is a swivel chair. This doesn't move around a full 360. This corner right here tends to hit this little bar, so it is restricted and limited to going back any further. But if you look at it, that angle is actually perfect because you can actually control that trolling motor from this angle. I was able to do it totally comfortably, and I was actually having my legs hang out. It's kind of maybe too comfortable. Going towards the backside, again, this is the square stern fit for the trolling motors. Right now I have the Minn Kota 30-pound thrust. It was in my price range. By all means, it's not one of those fishing or one of those motors that can pull up a skier or anything like that. It gets you from point A to point B. I think it's like that for any trolling motor. But this 30-pound thrust works really great. Even we had 10-mile-per-hour winds and about 19-mile-per-hour gust that day I took it out, and it was working fine. That flat hull, the tracking was nice. Kind of moved in as soon as I got it going. It made it more stable. You could stand up. Again, I'm about 140 pounds, and I felt pretty sturdy. It felt pretty sturdy, and my son was also standing up simultaneously as I was casting out as well. Um, as far as the bars there, there's an SS Scout made by Dolphin, and I read some of the reviews. I can't really judge it. I don't have it, but I read some of the reviews that the plastic was flimsy. Um, so I just decided to go this. I know Ascend is a reputable brand. I love their kayaks. I was actually in the decision of actually buying one of the Ascend kayaks, the hybrids, but I ended up going with this. But the material is actually nice. It's actually pretty thick material, and I feel like it's worth the money. The Sun Dolphin was about a couple $100 less, and then the Ascend Canoe, this DC14, was about a couple hundred more at that 649 range, 700 total with taxes, and being shipped to my house. I did do a little bit of modifications on this. I did get one of my kayak trolleys, mounted it on there. I seen it on YouTube, and I had to do it because I don't have a trailer, and I have to load it up on my SUV. So this canoe right here is 84 pounds, I believe, without any gear on it. And it just made it a lot easier for me to go ahead and put that on my SUV. I have an Armada, so it's a little bit higher compared to a lot of the people on YouTube that had cars and Subarus that were like head high. Mine's probably about another half a foot higher than I am, so you really got to get that canoe up there. So these chairs, again, they fold. However, if you look at it, they do extend out from this. So I do flip them upside down. So I don't know if this is going to be fit for anybody that is, or at least, keeping this in consideration. I do remove those chairs when I'm loading it up there, and it kind of causes a little bit of inconvenience, but I just also don't want to damage it. I put it up there before with the chairs, and it was resting on that back side more than my front side. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and pull it off. Plus, it takes a little bit more weight off, especially when I'm loading it by myself. But I guess that could be a downfall, is the inconvenience of unbolting these and then rebolting them on when you get to the water. But there was it also comes with a battery box. And let me just go ahead and show you that battery box. This battery box right here. So it comes stock with a battery box, and it's a pretty cheap one, but it was nice to have, the battery box addition with that. So the only downfall with that is I noticed that where it was supposed to be strapped, that bar that has a strap on that box, and you strap it onto this bar so it doesn't move around. I just noticed that box was sitting up a little bit too high, and I'm just gonna and it was kind of like rubbing against the seat, this part right here, the bottom part right here, that bottom bar. And I'm just gonna go ahead and put some Velcro tape on it and just kind of hold that battery towards the back end, and that should fix that problem. But other than that, I think just the chair extending out like this, and that battery box. That's the only negative things about it, but everything else is great. The way it works with the Minn Kota is perfect, and I would truly recommend this to anybody that has family or even solo too. Like, this is actually a light canoe, and you can totally put on that trolling motor too. So other than that, I just want to say this is a great kayak, and I would recommend that to anybody. All right, guys, I just want to go ahead and say, thanks for dropping by, watching this quick review. I'd like to say, if you have a chance, please follow me at bass.ic.com, my website. And then I also have TikTok and Instagram. I am not a professional angler. I literally just started about a year ago, and I'm learning the ropes. And I'm just kind of documenting my journey along the way. My thing is, I want to encourage a lot of fishermen that maybe haven't fished in a long time, and They want to get back out there and some of the new technology, but to get and inspire some other fishermen or people out there to go ahead and fish. Another true thing that I'm holding my roots to is paying it forward, or I like to say cast it forward, is the new generation. So I was able to go ahead and bless a young angler out here in Southern California, 14 years old, amazing kid. He was looking for a kayak. I had 3 kayaks, so I was selling one of them just to pick up one of these, have a little bit of extra money. And he came by, and I was like, "Who's this? Who's this kayak for?" And he's like, "It's for me." And I was like, "Dude, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and bless this kayak for you, and I'm gonna give this to you for free." And the mom was super cool and super excited. He was excited, and I actually went out a couple of times with him, actually several times with him, and just watching this kid fish, it is amazing. It's totally inspirational to watch this younger generation come out here fishing. The knowledge that is coming out, oh, this is what we have to do. This is what I'm using. Just to hear that and really influence the newer generation, and kind of given that opportunity for them to see what it is to get things paid forward to them. And also what I ask from them is pay it forward to somebody else, and carry on that tradition. So that's my thing. That's my mission. And I hope you guys enjoy this. I got a lot of reviews. I got a lot of things that I'm gonna do some videos on. I'm making these. All right, guys. This is Jonah Man at bass.icfishing.com. Take care, guys.